Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're jumping right on in with the video. As you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, you know that last year I was busy planning my daughter's quinceañera. And to celebrate her birthday, I decided to make a bouquet of eternal roses. This year, since she was turning 16, I really wanted to make her something special and unique, something that would last forever. I was on TikTok one day and saw this video of people crystallizing items and books. I thought it was a unique idea and something I had never done before, so I decided to give it a try. So first, we're going to decide our layout and overall design of our book. This did take me a few tries, so it's okay to take your time, because once your pages are glued, there's no going back. So once we're finished with the design of our pages, it's time to add our accessories. One item that I really wanted to add was a red rose because the color red is my daughter's favorite. I also envisioned a lot of greenery growing from the book. Since this was something I wanted to last forever, I wanted to have the effect that flowers, leaves, and things were just growing from the book. Once my flower was nice and glued, it was time to start working with the greenery. I want to say, aside from the pages, the leaves were definitely the second hardest thing for me because I was trying to figure out exactly where I wanted to put them in and throughout the book, as well as around the flower. I wanted it to look like the leaves were growing from the pages. So I ended up removing the center part of the flower. It just, because it was glued in here, everything kept trying to do this, and that's not what I want. I want the flower, when it goes into the water, to spread out. And also because I want, oops, these two to be right in here. This is what I want in here. So I'm going to play around with the numbers right now, and I want the number 16 to just be nice and pretty in here. So when it crystallizes, this is nice and pretty in here. So I'll glue it in a minute, but something like this. Now that our greenery was in place, it was time to get our mixture ready. I did my research, and most people said for every 1 cup of hot water, you add 3 tablespoons of borax. They also said to measure the water after it boils, not before, since you're boiling your water and it tends to evaporate. All right, everybody, I want to show you real quick how the book looks. I was finally able to get it immersed because it kept floating up. I ended up just holding it for the longest time until I finally was able to get somebody to bring me my 5-pounders that I used to work out. And now it is completely immersed. We will leave it in there for 24 hours. I think that's what they said. And hopefully, you know, it works. I can see something is going on, as you can see around here and here. So hopefully this works, because it's going to look amazing if it does. As you can see, let me show you really quick. Down at the bottom, the pages are floating exactly how I wanted. So yeah, I had a little bit of color come out from the flower. That's why the water looks kind of like brownishy. It did leak some water, and then at one point the 16 popped off, so I had to try to glue it back on. So right now it's there. But yeah, and in the middle of all of this, my camera fell into the water. You guys have no idea, my heart dropped. And yeah, so she's inside drying at the moment. I'm, you know, putting all of this on my phone. I'm recording everything with my phone. But yes, so I'm gonna go inside, try to see if my camera's okay, clean up the mess, because literally the water spilled everywhere because I literally freaked out in the moment. But I wanted to show you guys real quick. It's immersed, it's there. So we will see in a few hours and see if we see something different. As of right now, I see a little bit of something. So yeah, we'll cross our fingers, and I will catch you guys up a little bit later. So this is how it looks right now. We're supposed to let it dry for 16 hours. I honestly love how it looks right now, so I can't imagine when it's dried. I'm trying to think, the back of the book did detach a little bit, but I'm going to be sitting this on a book holder, one of those book holders that's supposed to have your book open. So it's okay because it won't come apart, hopefully. So I'm gonna let it dry for 16 hours. What I'm gonna do right now is get rid of some of these bigger crystals in here. I love some of them, don't get me wrong. I love how some of them look, so I'm not taking them all. I'm just gonna take the ones that are looking a little odd, like right, sorry guys about the mess in the back, but like this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove some of that, and we're going to let this dry for 16 hours. And yeah. All right, everybody, so here is our finished project. I love how this book turned out. I wish I could show you guys in person on how beautiful the detail is. My phone is really not doing its justice, but I'm hoping you guys can see how everything just, you know, shines. I'm trying to put like a light on it so you guys can see how shiny it is, but it turned out great. I did have some bleeding with the rose when I put it into the chemicals. That's why I'm thinking my 6 turned a little orangey, some of my pages and some of the leaves. But something Viviana told me, it looks vintagey. You know, it looks like it was supposed to be like this, which is kind of funny. I didn't even think about it. She also mentioned that this reminded her a lot of Beauty and the Beast, which I didn't even think about. That's one of her favorite Disney movies. And we have a book, we have snow, and we have the red rose, which is super funny. But she's like, Mom, I really like this. Like, this turned out really, really nice. My family was here when she opened it up. They were also like, wow, like, you outdid yourself, Ellie. That is really, really good. And I was like, thank you. But yeah, as you can see, the little glistening of everything. I love that I got tiny crystals too. Another thing, because I did a lot of research. I saw people get big, you know, crystals, and some people got tiny little ones. I'm super happy I got tiny little ones. It just looks really dainty and just really pretty. I don't know, I love it. And another thing I also did is I didn't remove, like right here, the excess when you take it out of the bucket. I didn't remove that. I left it because I thought it looks like snowflakes. I don't know about you guys, but it looks like snowflakes landed on it, and it just gave it that extra detail. So, and I also love that, as you can see here, everything stayed the way I folded it. And even though I glued it down, guys, the glue did come apart. So just letting you guys know, the hot glue does come apart because of the hot water. So another thing, my back of the book detached. So when I took it out, I had to be super careful that it didn't completely detach from the back. So, but other than that, oh, one more thing. And I had a tiny little boo-boo. When I was taking the book out, it caught at the edge and it broke off right here. But I don't mind it at all. It kind of goes with it. I don't know. But definitely love it. A very unique type of project. I've never done something like this. So definitely a lot different. And I would definitely recommend for a present for a book lover. Definitely use a book that you know is not gonna break your heart to work this on. I saw other people use like good books, and I couldn't do that. I'm not sure, you know, too much of the writer from this book, so it didn't break my heart as much, but it was still collector at the same time, if you know what I mean. I don't know, if you're a book reader, I think you understand, but yeah, but definitely something I would give to somebody else that I knew loved to read. Very, very pretty. You could do so many things. I've seen people put crowns and little figurines and just so many things that you could do with this. So many ways also of being able to fold your pages. I just envision my pages like this. So this is what I wanted. Ever since I saw it, I was like, this is what I want. I wanted the little edges at the bottom. I wanted, I don't know if you can see like the crisscross form right here, like everything, all of that. So I'm happy it came out. I'm happy Viviana loved it. And yes, I definitely would work on this again and give myself more time to see if, you know, I would get bigger crystals. Because like I said, I got tiny crystals this time, but maybe one day in the future, I will try to get the bigger crystals. But yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And I will see you guys in our next video. Bye.